Okay, so I used acetone to try to get the residues of glue from the cabinet or off the cabinet. Unfortunately, the acetone didn't have quite the result I expected. The surface still feels waxy, and well, I don't think to have a slick waxy surface would do much good if or when I use the glue, the contact glue, to glue the vinyl to the surface of the EverReady box. So what I'm going to try to do is to use a sander to sand the waxy surface off, or off simply. I'm using a coarse-grained sanding surface, so pretty much like what you would feel on these type of dishwashing sponges. Yeah, so this is also coarse-grained synthetic stuff, unlike this, which is a kind of steel wool analog, although this is brass, but this is too coarse. When I used this, it made rather deep gouges into the wood, and that's something I'm trying to avoid. So I'm going to use this for a while and see if that has any satisfying result. Alternatively, I will use this, which is fine steel wool. I think you people would call that 0 grade or 000 grade steel wool. But I will use this as a last resort, as this type of coarse brass wool. And I will try first to use a combination of this type of grinding stuff and a combination in combination with acetone. So let's see what the result will be. I'll be back once I'm done. I'm still at it with the grinder, and as you can see, or with the sander I should say, and I think you can see if I make a close-up of the surface, you can still see the traces of old glue which is stuck to the surface. Yeah. And now it becomes quite clear with the sanding where the glue is still stuck. As you can see, it becomes visible as gray-white streaks. So this is the old glue I'm trying to get rid of. Now I'm going to try to rub it off with a cloth which is dabbed in acetone, pure acetone, as you can see. So let's have a look what the result will be using a cloth dabbed with acetone. Obviously it's not so easy with one hand, but here we go. Acetone normally should dissolve paint or glue in this case, so I'm trying to dissolve what's left of the glue. by sanding it off, eroding it, and then rubbing it off with acetone to get the last bits of it off the wood. In any case, you can recognize or you can feel whether there's still glue left, because the glue leaves a sort of a, well, maybe not tacky, but slightly sticky, waxy residue on the wood. If you can manage to get that off, I think you have a good surface to apply fresh, new glue on top of it, which is necessary if you're going to glue brand new vinyl on top of it. So let me continue the sanding and the cleaning with acetone, and you'll see the result once I'm done with this panel. After I sanded this side of the wooden box, I noticed that after cleaning it with acetone and sanding it with the rough spongy like sanding material, using the steel wool had the best result. And I don't know if you can see the difference in color, but the left side from here till there I did with steel wool, whereas this part till here I only sanded and cleaned with acetone, and you can see it's still a little bit darker than the other side, which means this is finally what I wanted to arrive at. This is blank wood, which is perfect for gluing. This is still untreated wood. So I still have a ways to go, but I'm going in the right direction. Okay, until later. One board done, another one to go. Notice how interesting and how intricate this corner is of the top of the box. You see, they made a double dovetail. They made one down the middle in horizontal, and they made one in the vertical direction, so as to give the walls of this box top a really solid basis. And as you can see, the dovetail goes all the way through the two side slats and was cut flush with the two boards. Notice also the inner recess they made here. This inner recess is on both sides, the front and the back side of the top of the box, and this was meant, or this is meant, to sort of wedge the antenna, which is glued to the inside or the back side of the cover, which goes in here. So that's an interesting detail, as well as the corner of the box, which is interesting. Notice how they managed to make something inherently brittle quite stronger by using an interesting technique of dovetailing. Alright, on to the next box. The glue on this masonite proved to be particularly resistant, which of course is inherent to glue, fortunately. If glue just let loose in a blink of an eye, it wouldn't be that much of a glue. But okay, after a lot of swearing and trying and doing it again, I think I pretty much removed all the glue from this masonite. Now, there is no fixed method to do this. The one thing I would advise is to use an alternation of degreasing or dissolving with some acetone. Then do a rough sanding with something like this, yes, or a sander with this sort of abrasive material. It's used to clean pots and pans which have burned grease and all that, and it's reasonably good. But if that doesn't help, then you need to resort to the steel wool. And last of all, you need a lot of patience. So what I did was I used an alternation of acetone cleaning, rough sanding with this type of material, and then using steel wool. And as you see, after about 45-50 minutes of doing this, I finally managed to clean, if not all, let's say 99% of the glue. So that's it, guys. This is it for today. I hope if the weather holds up, I'll be able to show you how I put on the vinyl onto the box. So stay tuned, and I'll be back soon. Bye.